Hey YouTube, this is a pair of monitor speakers by Definitive Technology, and just like the Sony here that I just did a review on, they are still sold. And not only are they still sold, but they are a bargain. The price for these on Amazon right now, lowest price in 30 days, $135 each. Okay, not only that, but they've sold enough of these that you can actually buy them on the secondhand market for about $120 for a pair. Steal of a deal. All right, so let's talk about these speakers a little bit. As far as performance is concerned, let's talk about size. I'm gonna bring a stapler in and show you how big they are. So that's a stapler. Maybe maybe something else like a can of WD-40. There, that's a small can of WD-40. Here's a massive bottle of glue. My point isn't that I can compare these to objects. It's how small they are. These things are ridiculously small. They're about the size of a, well, let's see here. I've got a Minimus 7 right here that, let me remove this horrible sticker on the front of it. All right, I'm getting there. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, there. So if you're familiar with the Minimus 7s, and yes, I did get this Minimus for $2.50. Couldn't believe it when I saw it. All right, yeah, that's mine. I'll take it, even if it's only one. I'm happy with it. All right. Beggars can't be choosers, right? And I have a problem. I have an addiction to this stuff, so if I see like a good piece like this come along, I have to buy it. I can't just leave it there, you know, then somebody else will get it. Anyways, so these I got a little while back, and I've played with them, put them in different spots. They really don't fit my space very well. I have a very, very large space that I tried to put them in, and they don't do a very good job in a large space. So these are probably best for like a room that's somewhere around 14 by 14, probably rear surround somewhere. They do a very good job. As single speakers, I would say you probably, like last night I reviewed a set of Polks and a set of Bose 301 Series 3. You know, if you're looking for something to fill the room up with music and small speakers, those would be the two I would go after versus these. These are probably more like a very small room. Anyways, that aside, they do a very good job at what they do. The frequency response on these 1 watt 1 meter is 89 decibels, which means you don't have to have a whole lot of power to drive them. They will respond very well to, 10, 20 watts. You know, I can crank this player. It has 145 watts, not player, but receiver has 145 watts. So they'll take it. They'll get really loud. But you don't have to do that to get good sound out of these. So we're a third the way up. It's pretty loud. Okay, so let's take a look at the speaker construction. So piano black. I'm not a real big fan of piano black, but that seems to be what everybody uses these days. It does have a screw keyhole and then a mounting bracket, and this would fit any common mounting bracket. The banana plug inputs, I just fold over the wire and stuff it in there, and it works great. Done that forever. I have banana plugs, but they're just pain in the butt to set up, so I just stuff stuff in there. Let's open one of these up. This one. Okay, looking at the construction of the speaker, it has a top firing. I don't know what you would call that. It's not a woofer. It's something, but it does actually make this feel more rich than it actually is. It does have a tweeter and a little 4-inch woofer. Now, the first time that I tested these speakers, I had them just on my kitchen counter. I just wanted to hear them real quick. And my kitchen counter is made out of granite. And these sounded atrocious. They were awful. Like I was ready to return them. But thought, well, you know, I'll take and put them in the space where I want them and put them there. And again, they did not sound very good, and so I was a little disappointed. So I just went ahead and put them away, and just recently pulled them back out, and I put them on a coffee table and just turned them on, and it was a whole different experience. And that's because these, and you know, I don't read a lot. I'm admittedly a male, and I don't do a lot of reading, but these are really designed to fill a space based on the material or the, you know, where they're put. So again, you know, last night in the videos, if you go back and look at those too, I was suggesting placement is everything, and with these it's the same thing. You know, the Cornwalls I have in my living room, I can put those anywhere and they just sound good. They're just massive speakers. They have a lot of displacement. Their horns are very loud, and they will just throw sound indiscriminately. And they're loud, and they're accurate, and they're enjoyable, and everything's great about them. But you know, they're thousands of dollars. You know, these being just, you know, 100 a pop, you know, 150 a pop, sorry. You know, I had really high expectations, but when I put them on that table and I turned, I think it was this amp, turned it up, I was like taken back. I really thought maybe I had done something wrong with them before, when testing them out initially before putting them away. But really what it came down to was I put my hand down on the table to do something, and I felt the table just absolutely vibrating. And so these speakers had started to use the table they were on to pull that bass out of the sound. So if they're just mounted up above and they're not allowed to vibrate the space or, you know, use the space that they're in to create sound, they are going to sound like they look, the size they look. These look small, and they will sound small if they're just like up like that. But if you put them on a table like this and crank it, they sound way bigger than they are. So my review of these would be, if I had not already replaced them, then I would probably be keeping them. They are a good speaker, but I have replaced them and they're not doing anything. So it's time to let them go to their new home. The other thing about these is I would not shy away from getting a pair if you're uncertain about them. Now, they do sell these, they're fairly popular, so you should be able to find a stereo shop where you can listen to them, and they'll probably have the bass unit too that goes with them, which probably adds a whole nother dimension. But you can easily sell these on, you know, the turnover rate of these things on eBay is fairly high. So the moment you list them, you know, within a very narrow time frame, you've sold them. And so I've seen these listed on Facebook Market, and then, you know, look back the next day and they're gone. Or Definitive Technology in general, not these specific type. So thumbs up. I like them. Again, I think, you know, depending upon the space you're going to put them in, they'll either be really, really good or they'll be a huge disappointment. I would put them on some kind of table like this and just sit right between them and enjoy them. They're very nice. All right, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check out the other videos too.